Yo, what's going on, homie?
Yo. What's up?
How you doing? Happy post, thanks, whatever.
Happy Survival Day.
Boom.
That's what I call Monday. That is my new phrase for Monday after Thanksgiving. It's Happy Survival Day. You survived Thanksgiving. It was a run. And it was the preview for what's about to go down with the holiday season. Welcome.
We made it
to pre-winter. What up, man? So what's been going on?
Hold on. I mean, you said is that pre-winter for everywhere but Georgia? Like, because we're not really in winter yet, are we? Are we in like second fall?
No. This is the weird gray season. It's not quite white, and it's not orange outside as much anymore. It's when you start driving around. I feel like this is the time of year, and this actually happened the other day. I was running an errand, and I was like, "Dog, it's like 5:30. It's dark outside. What's going on? Who turned out the lights?" And now this is when you realize, this is why I call it the gray season, because this is when you start realizing just how dark it gets, and the color is starting to go away a bit. So
at about 6 o'clock, the kid is ready to go to sleep.
Hey, that's the perfect conditions for hibernation.
He's like, "Daddy, it's dark outside." It's like, "You ready to go get a bath?"
Hey, let's do this.
He's like, "Yes." I'm like,
get in the tub.
Let's go. Get the bubbles.
Hey, you ain't never lie about that. How was your trip, man?
Yo, the trip was dope, man. So, you and I texted about it. Y'all, excuse me if I'm making noise. Just pouring a little drink up. The trip was dope. Like, for those who don't know, we took the kids on a Disney cruise for Thanksgiving. And bro, and real talk, we were sitting on the cruise, and both Candace and I looked at each other, and we was like, never again. Like, we can't do Thanksgiving again. It's just like the cruise was so relaxing. Like, Disney, if anybody else has been on the Disney cruise, man, feel free to pipe in. Disney just does it right, man. They do. Like, as a parent, I felt, sometimes we go on vacations and you don't really get to like the mental break a little bit. Like, the kids was all over the place, and that was cool. But like, it's like, oh, the kids are in the water, so that means I got to pay attention. The kids are here. I got, like, bro, you just got to decompress a little bit. Disney just does it right, man. Does it right. Everything about the trip. Kudos to Disney Cruises.
Yeah.
I told you in the text, I think we're done with Thanksgiving. We're going to be on a Disney cruise every year for the foreseeable future.
Dang. That's what's up. Do Disney give out, do they have like loyalty points or anything like that? Like, I
think they do. I got to do some research on that. Like, I'm pretty sure they do. Like, on the little TV, they were talking about it, but like, you ain't paying attention to the cruise ship TV.
Hey, you got to pay attention to them points. I mean, we've done a whole episode about this. You got to get your points. Right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna do some research. Like, if this, like, I met a woman on the cruise, man. No, I met two people on the cruise. I met a lot of people on the cruise, but these two folks stand out. This woman was like, "Yo, like, this is my husband's 16th cruise, Disney cruise, and my 15th."
Whoa!
And she was like, "This is what we do." Like, they had a little boy. They had two kids, that boy and a girl. She's like, "This is what we do." Like, even if we go on vacation without the kids, we go on Disney cruises, because it's like, you can't match the service. Like you just can't match the service that Disney provides. And it was just like it was so dope. So dope.
I'm gonna have to look into it.
I can spend a whole episode talking about the cruise, but I don't want to do it. I mean, I'm
sure we have to look into it. I'm gonna have to look into it because it's on my list of things to do. And like I said, we did Carnival, and Carnival was pretty dope because they have like more fun family kind of things and whatnot. I haven't done Royal Caribbean. I've heard good things about Royal Caribbean. Their ships look so dope, but huge. And I think the next up would be like Disney. You know what I mean?
So Disney, the ships are a little like, I think Royal Caribbean and Carnival, I think, have the largest ships. And then Norwegian, I think, is releasing a new ship that's supposed to be fairly large. And then Disney is, I don't think they're as large. Like when I tell you, man, it's the service. And I don't know. Again, Candace and I went on our honeymoon cruise 15 years ago on Norwegian. So take this with a grain of salt. I don't remember what all cruises are like. I just know my stateroom attendant, when we got up and left for breakfast, he would come in somewhere in between there and make the room back up. So turn the bed back into a couch, put the bed that came down from the ceiling away, fixed made the room up, made it look pretty. And then somewhere in between after dinner and when we got back, he would sneak back into the room and then make the room back up for dinner, right? Make the room back up for bed. So you would walk into a room after breakfast and it'd be clean like you never were in it. And then you would walk back in the room after dinner and the room would be ready for you to go to sleep. Like,
I wonder if they have like an itinerary or occupancy sensor or something, or maybe they just have your dinner time.
I think so. And that was the other thing, right? You pick a block of dinner time, right? So we picked first block instead of the second or third block or whatever. And so the dinner was dope because, like Norwegian, you can go free for all dining. You eat at whatever restaurant you want to eat in, no big deal. Disney says, no, we want you to eat here at this restaurant at this specific time. If you don't want to eat here, you can eat upstairs in the buffet or in one of the other, kind of free for all kind of places. But the dope thing about eating in the restaurant is, cool, I look in the app, I look at the menu. Oh, I don't like what's on that menu for that restaurant. So I like what's at the other restaurant. All right, cool. I'm going to go downstairs to my restaurant, sit at my table. I'm going to just tell my waiter, I don't want this food. Can I get the food from another restaurant? And they going to bring it.
Oh, wow.
And then like your waiter. So if you're there on the ship 6 days, you're going to eat at all the restaurants twice. And this is Disney Dream. They had three sit-down restaurants. Well, sit down with kids. They had 3 fine dining restaurants that you could eat without kids. But, you'll rotate through the restaurants, but your waiter will rotate through the restaurants with you. Wow. So every night you have the same waiter and he knows, so like by night 2, my man was like, Avery wants apple juice and pizza and French fries for dinner. Xavier wants pizza and spaghetti with a Sprite.
Yeah.
Right. Like there was no conversation. My man was just hip to what you wanted. Candace, you drink this kind of wine. Here go your suggestions for the wine you wanted, and my man just, like they're paid to know. Right. And it's just like,
it's pretty dope.
And then he was like, we was like, yo, I happened to mention it in passing. My son's really like grilled cheese sandwiches. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll put an order in for you. If you want it for breakfast, if your kids want the grilled cheese sandwiches for breakfast, just go tell the waiter they're going to ask for your room number. And then boom, they'll hook up 3 grilled cheese sandwiches for your kids. Right. And it's just like, it was just, and he did it, right? Like, so all I had to do was go up to one of the chefs. Boom, Jeff, room 10646. He's like, yep, 3 grilled cheese sandwiches, right? And it was like you just can't beat that level of service. You know,
I think we need to call Disney Cruise and see if they want to sponsor an episode.
Bam. Hey, I can't. So we were literally on the boat, like, yo, like, where are they porting out of this summer? What's the cost for the trip? You
Right.
know, when we make, if we don't do our traditional spring break trip, could we do an early summer trip with the boys?
Right.
Like, bro, like we're not gonna probably ever do another all inclusive again.
No. I mean,
Because
remember I was telling you before, I love the idea of a cruise.
Mhm.
It's just like show up, get on the boat,
Yep.
y'all take care of everything, right? Like all I got to do is show up at the time, cool, and then
Bam.
drink and have a good time, right?
Bam.
Essentially, that's what's going on. I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm straight. I'm honestly straight. You know what I mean?
Bro,
I'm gonna go do my thing. I'm gonna have a great time. See you when I see you. The only thing that really messed us up doing Carnival Cruise was we did it with a big group, and this was pre-internet package cruise, right? So we trying to coordinate between the group. It's like we gonna meet at 10 o'clock.
Now Disney has an app,
right?
And when you're on the boat, you connect to the Wi-Fi, and you can text within your party. So for us, our party was just me and Candace. But you know when you register, you can say, "Hey, I'm paying for these 4, but I'm in a party with these other 10 people." And then they'll throw you all into you guys can text with each other within the app. Like, bro, hey, whenever you ready, like we can go next year. Like I've told you we're going for Thanksgiving.
Right.
So
I mean, next year is a big year. So we gotta see. I got a bunch of stuff on the list for 2023. My top place, if Disney had a cruise to Hawaii, I'd do it. But I'm going to Hawaii one way or another. 2023, I'm going to Hawaii.
Disney cruise to Hawaii 2023. Boom.
That's where I gotta go. That's what I want to do. I'm getting to Hawaii, and I'm going to have a great time.
Oh, and then the other part, like the character joints wasn't like in your face, right? Like they told you the times that the characters are available. And then if that was important to you, like it was for us, or for at least for my youngest, you just got in line and saw the characters. Like it wasn't a.
Did they do a lot of movies and stuff?
A lot of who?
Movies for like.
Oh yeah, like Black Panther was showing on
Wakanda Forever, or
Wakanda Forever was showing on the ship. They did Beauty and the Beast, the musical. The Broadway version of Beauty and the Beast was there. A couple other new movies were there. What's the new movie that just came out with the black boy? The new Disney joint. It just came out like last weekend.
Strange World.
Yeah, that was on the ship.
I heard
in the movie theater. Bro, I'm telling, like, Disney is ridiculous, and I love them. I will forever be a fan.
Why they blocking out everything? I gotta figure out how I can look this up, because I want to look up.
Oh, if they go to Hawaii?
I know they go to Hawaii. I just want to know what the deal is with it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna look. I feel you. That's what you want to do. So let's make it happen.
Hawaii, I got it. That's on my list. It's just on my list. I gotta get there. The beach is calling. 40 makes sense. Let's do it.
And obviously, your wife hadn't manifested the house yet, so
I know, right? I'm just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It is honestly ridiculous. So
your wife ain't manifested the house in Hawaii, so we gotta do this hard way.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's a 10 night Hawaiian cruise from Vancouver.
Where that's at?
That's
Uh,
that's the Disney cruise.
I'm looking for it. What's the dates?
It's one date. October 3rd to the 13th.
Okay. Hey, say less.
Oh, it's about 10,000.
Say less.
Is that per person? That can't be per
I
person.
guarantee it's per person. Oh, let me tell you something. Now you're gonna pay for Disney now. Like Disney makes no, and I know we're gonna talk about Thanksgiving in a minute.
Right.
Disney makes no bones about it. Like you're gonna pay more probably for their cruises than you will the other Carnival, Norwegian, whatever. You're gonna pay more.
Candace said it's per person.
You can't sell like you will be rewarded for spending a little bit more.
It says no, it's for 4 guests, including tax, fees, and port expenses.
Say less.
10
We on the ship then. Will you want me to send my 2,500? Hold on, but that's probably for inside room. I ain't doing no inside room, Playboy.
No, it's for a veranda.
Oh, shit me.
Oh, you got to go to Canada? You got to leave from Canada? That's where Vancouver. How many days are you at sea? Good God, you're at sea for 4 days?
I met a woman on the ship. They did the transatlantic joint.
Yeah.
And I want to say she said that was 17 days.
Yeah.
14 days or something like that. And she said the cruise is so dope when it's that long.
I bet it is. But it's like it's a grip though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she said it's a grip because she said that they were crazy. They did back-to-back cruises. So they did the Mediterranean. They flew out to Spain.
Yeah, I've heard
Mediterranean cruise.
Yeah, I've heard the Mediterranean joint and then going transatlantic out of London.
So she did Mediterranean, I want to say, for 7 days, and then did transatlantic for 14 or whatever the time period was. And so she said, you felt better about the transatlantic because the Mediterranean cruise was go, go, go. Like you get off the boat, you would be gone all day off the boat trying to see sights in different European cities. But then the transatlantic joint was when you would be on the boat, see the shows, do all the things that the boat had to offer.
Bruh.
Hey, me and Candace down. Just tell us when we send our money.
This is on my list of stuff. I'm a gone and bookmark this to the side because it's calling me. Hawaii.
Bro, so one of the things that Candace and we talk about vacations a little bit is we really want to. We talked about a couple. We know we need to revisit it, but really getting the dates for our vacations on a calendar.
Yeah.
So that we can then start to associate some pricings for some of these things, so that because like if you don't ever Daddy, hold on, you said.
You two guys are blessed. We really want to bet you can afford to do that stuff,
bro. Like so, we talked.
I think you got to dream big, man. You got to dream big. You know what I mean? You got to have the goals.
That's it.
What's a goal if you ain't stretching out that rubber band? You got to stretch that rubber band.
Well, and to take it a step further, right? Like I was sitting at the pool with Candace on the trip. And I said, man, like this is something that I didn't even know was an option for me to ask for as a kid. Right. Because financially things were different, right? No shade towards my family or whatever. Financially, we were in a different place when I was a kid versus where we are now. Right. And so this isn't something that I could have even dreamed to ask for. And then now here we are. And then I sit back and I wonder, what is it that my kids can't even dream to ask for that they will provide their kids because of the foundation that we lay, right? So it's all about this generational foundation that we build upon each other. So what are my kids going to give their kids, my grandkids, that they're going to be sitting by a pool on Mars and go, I never would have dreamed to ask dad and mom for this trip because we couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Now here we are on a cruise ship to Mars you know, to go do a trip around space, right? Like that's the dope part I think about you know, dreaming big, like you said.
His dad said he was focused on keeping the lights on.
Bro, I feel you.
Much respect there.
I feel you.
My parents did the same thing.
Yeah.
If my mom was on this podcast, she would tell you priority number one, getting these bills paid.
Hey,
right?
get these bills paid, bro. Hey, it's wintertime. Is the heat bill paid? Right?
Right. Exactly. Like, you know what set it off for me was we did our Carnival cruise, and where we ported out of Port Canaveral, and Magic was like right next to us, like Disney Magic, their ship Magic, right? And we flew out at the same time as these people that I guess were heading the same place. Because you know me, I'm always observing. I'm looking at everything, right? So when we checked in at the airport, I was like, boom, we got the little Carnival tags on our bags. We going on a Carnival cruise. Good, cool. When these other people checked in, they had the Disney tags. And I was like, what going on over here? Right? They checked in the bags. They had all these bags. They checked them in. And then when we got to Orlando, I saw they got on a bus and Disney had porters packing their bags up into a separate joint, like a separate truck, just taking the bags. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So I asked one of the guys, and he was like, yeah, if you do the Disney transfer, you just get on the bus. The bus takes you straight to the boat, and you don't see your bags. You check them in Atlanta, you don't see them until they in your room. And I was like, they take them all the way there. In Carnival, it's like, yo, I got to get my bag, put them in a car, drive to the port, you know what I'm saying? Like do the transfer and all that stuff. But Disney, they had people out there while we were waiting in line in Carnival. That line was insane. That line was like insanely long. Embarkation is crazy. Disney had people, they had movies up on the screens. And then they had people walking around like Chick-fil-A style with tablets, like, okay, boop, 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 got you in. I was like, yo, Disney's, man, they kind of killing it out there.
This is like, so their thing is service, bro. Like, and I tell you, like their employees looked for ways to serve, right? Like if Candace was walking back from lunch and she had 4 sodas in her hand and I had 2 trays, right? 3 people would run over to us to say, hey, let me carry that for you, right?
Oh, that's nice.
It was, you know, people just went. Now, some of that, I think, you know, some of that Disney standards, you know, SOP, and some of that, I want you to tip me 100. Both of those 2 things exist simultaneously. But the fact that that's just standard operating procedure, bro, like it's just different, man. Like you just, like I was telling my mom, she called me earlier, and it was like, never was the pool deck wet.
Yeah, right? That's like a major thing. We out here
like it was dudes walking around in white squeegeeing the pool deck all day.
Right.
Like that's all they did was squeegee the pool deck, right? Like kids wasn't slipping on the pool deck, right? Like when you got off, when you disembarked at port, it was, hey sir, here's a towel for you. Right? Like
man, I'm looking at
that. It was just different.
I couldn't find towel.
I'm looking at their little daycare joint that they got.
Oh,
notes. That's because that's what I'm like. I'm like, hey man, at
bro,
some point
it's open until midnight.
But it says so they charge you for it.
I think was it like, I think it might have been like a one-time fee of like 30. I forgot what it was, maybe $30, 30 Candace on. I don't know.
That's
it's probably still in the app. But like, but it's, you know, so like Remy would go to her because she's under 3. So she has her own little quiet room. She has her own little play space.
Right.
She says no. Oh, it was included. Okay, there you go. Wow. You know, so Remy would have her own little play space. Coop would be in the same room with like Avery, but
right.
like it's video games built into the wall. It's tablets all over the place. They got programming for kids to do crafts. It's just boom. It's just gas. Like
So they're like
they
got like their own thing going on.
yeah. Like but then that was just for kids. The teen, like then they had like a tween for like kids who were like 12, 11, 12, 13. They had their own little joint. Then teenagers had their own little program, right? So none of that was together.
Right.
Zay was like, take me to kids club. Let's wrap up dinner and take me to kids club. And I will come get him at like 10. He was like, yo, why you come and get me? They open till midnight. I'm like, bro, if I don't get you now, I'm going to be asleep.
Right.
Yeah. Like
Now,
Avery went once, but
they can approve. They can approve.
He was too exhausted. Avery was washed every night by about 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was like, just take me to the room so I can get in bed.
They could improve on. They can have valet kid service.
Fam,
drop your kid off at the door. Right.
So and then yeah. So like cool, and they get the Disney bracelets.
Okay.
Like it's a dumbed down version of what you get at the park, but that is pretty much so that you can track your kid anywhere on the ship.
Yeah.
So as long as your kids wearing the bracelet, they can't get lost.
Right. That's
and
what's
they
up.
can't check themselves out of kids club without you.
That's important. Yeah, man. So good endorsement. At some point, we will be doing something with a Disney cruise. We'll figure out what that looks like, but definitely stay tuned for that. Before we shift too hard here, I think we have to go back. We have to go back to pre-show, right? So pre-show, we were talking about leftovers, right? What all about them? What's your take on leftovers? How long can you have the leftovers after Thanksgiving?
This is a really good conversation, right? Because my argument was for me, it's two things and they're different. How long do I want to eat leftovers and how long are leftovers good? Those two things are different. Right. I think leftovers you can ride 3-4 days max. I only want to eat leftovers 2 days. Thanksgiving, then day 1, then day 2, and I'm done.
So in your version of this, you're not even having leftovers through the rest of the weekend.
No, I'm done.
It's done by Sunday.
Yeah. I'm over it.
Really?
Maybe a ham sandwich on Sunday, but
that's pretty tough, man. That's pretty tough. I am like, I enjoy some of the leftovers, right? I just enjoy them. I think they're good. The mac and cheese gets better as days go on. It's better.
That's not true.
It is better. It is true.
No,
it is true.
Again, these things have food has a shelf life.
Oh, it does. It definitely does.
The shelf life is 3 to 4 days.
Hey, listen to your dad. Mac and cheese for dinner tonight on site, right? Hey, so we smoked our chicken, our turkey on.
It looked amazing, by the way.
Thank you. I put a lot of heart and soul into that.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture.
The turkey that we put together, that was Friday, right? We're still eating on that turkey. And we've topped off the leg, the thighs, and the wings in the oven just to cook them all the way through because it's a little bit fattier content. Turned out amazing. I'm so looking forward. That is something that I'm not rushing through, right?
Well, I think this is also, you got to have this part of the conversation because it's 3 to 4 days of good of high quality food, right? This is what healthsafety.gov said, right?
Okay.
But it's from the date that it's cooked.
Right.
And so how Black people do. We ain't cooking everything on Thanksgiving Day. Some of this stuff is getting cooked a day or two before Thanksgiving.
Right. That's true.
So that means your clock start the day you cook it. So that means if you cook your mac and cheese on Wednesday,
I don't know. So how they gonna explain this to grandma and them? Grandma and them that
Hey, well,
freezing the greens and bringing them back out for Christmas.
I'm not eating frozen. I'm not eating frozen Thanksgiving.
You won't know it's frozen. She'll know it's frozen.
No, my mama know better than the.
Well, your mom is different. Your mom like caters. Like she cooks.
My mama caught hell for me the one year she used the wrong noodles in the mac and cheese.
What kind of noodles did
she didn't use the elbow joint. She's like, I was out. I didn't feel like going to the store. So she just used the same, not the elbow, but just like a straight. So more like an arm, not an elbow. It's more like a curve, a crescent.
Oh, like the craft joints. Like the craft joints.
And I was like, I said, no, this ain't mac and cheese. I'm not eating it.
See, if you upgrade the elbows and you go with like a spiral or something like that, I'll rock with you.
Nope.
I'm not doing shells and I'm not doing crafts. You know
for me, Thanksgiving is consistency.
A penne noodle. It was a penne noodle. That's different. Them penne noodles are long. They're just odd. They're just not. They ain't right. They ain't right.
I am, and Candace will tell you, I don't care about food, about what I eat, with the exception of Thanksgiving. You can play around. We can do different things. Thanksgiving Day,
right?
I need what I need, and I need it to be decent and in order, right? Like, don't play with my shapes. Don't play with my flavors. Just give me what I want, and we have no problems. I will go batshit crazy if you mess with my flavors on Thanksgiving. Nope.
I feel you. I do. I really do, because it's just certain structures of Thanksgiving that just cannot be messed with, right?
Yep.
And I've been to Thanksgivings before, like at other people's house, where you're like, oh, is that stovetop?
Nope.
I'm gonna skip it. It's okay. It's okay for me. For me, it's okay.
Or it's enough for me, dog.
Let you bring up your mac and cheese and it got breadcrumbs on the top of it. I'm gonna be like this.
I'm done. I'm leaving.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think I'm good. I think it's a pass for me.
I think one year we were in Savannah for Thanksgiving with Candace's family, in the Savannah. So everything is like seafood. It's like, we're going to have this crab stuff. Like, and they was like, oh, you want something? Like, no. Why not? Like these ain't my flavors. Right.
I did want crab. I wanted turkey, ham, stuffing, stuff.
And it's no shot against the quality of the food, right? The food could probably taste amazing.
Right.
That's not the flavor I want on Thanksgiving.
I hear you.
We can have Christmas.
Hey, I got to tell you, the turkey that we cooked whooped my butt, because it was so technical trying to get this turkey off. And I started getting into my own like cynicism about how to prep it, right? So I was like, I'm gonna do the brine, but then I'm gonna add to the brine. And then I made like a concoction that was brining in. I put it in a food grade bucket. It was sitting in the refrigerator, brining for like 40 hours. And then put a dry rub on there, injected it, and then slow cooked it. And it was like, this is taking forever. But then the moment of truth came when I gave Danielle a piece. And at first I thought she was just playing around, because she was like, oh, this is pretty good. I was like, you didn't even taste it. You're like messing with me. And she was like, no, it actually tastes really good. I was like, I don't even know what I did to make it, though. Now I have to try and recreate this.
You got to recreate it.
Right. I'm going to have to just go off the senses.
Now, I will say, I think I will allow flexibility on the turkey.
Okay.
Like,
are you a fried, a roast, a smoke? What kind of turkey?
I'll eat them all.
Okay.
My preference is not fried.
Why? What's your thing against fried turkeys?
Because I traditionally like to take the carcass and make soup. So
Okay.
all of those leftover chicken and turkey pieces that you
Right.
can't really get to, boom, you throw that in with throw the whole carcass in with some chicken broth and some water and some onion, celery, carrots. Boom, you got a chicken stock, chicken soup. You can't do that with a fried turkey
Right.
because it's oily. So my preference has always been roasted / smoked turkey as opposed to the fry.
Yeah. See, my mom put me on a game about the fried turkey not keeping as well. That like after a day, it starts it changes on you. It kind of dries out really quickly. And I was like, yeah, that's not my jam. So I think going forward, I'm going to be a smoked turkey person
I'm good with that.
because I can control the factors more.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And now that I have that smoker / grill outside that I have now,
But you
I
ain't gonna
would
do it for
probably,
Thanksgiving. Y'all
huh?
gonna be gone. Y'all
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
mean, I
gone.
would do it for I would do it for Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Candace,
Yes, you can say Friday's only good one day.
yeah. See, and that's why I get you right. The smoked turkey, though, like controlling everything and then
Yeah.
making it your own.
Yep.
I gotta say, doing it with the pecan wood was the good move there. I was thinking about cherry versus pecan, and
No, I think you did good with the pecan or pecan because I think you need a woodier smoke.
right,
You
you
need
gotta have something that gives it the smoke.
yeah.
You know,
Like cherry, I don't think would have went well with the turkey. You could have done cherry if you were like if you were smoking a duck, I think.
yeah.
I think you could do cherry that way. Like I do apple with pork. You could probably get away with cherry for pork as well. But yeah, no, I think hickory or pecan would have been it's perfect.
Yeah. So I think that's where we're at with
Look
that.
at us talking like old man about the
I know,
grill.
right? Talk about the approaches to the smoke. But now that I got the smoker, now that I got the electric smoker, it's like, oh, it's windy out. Just throw it in the electric joint. Like
I tell you, bro, like when Candace got me that gravity fed charcoal grill, that thing changed the game for you, boy.
yeah.
Like it just like now, like I just set it and forget it. I'm like, all right, boom, throw the ribs on. I need them to smoke at 225 for 2
Right.
hours.
It helps. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Just being like, doop, doop, doop.
Hey, from the app.
Hey, but I did ribs in the electric smoker. I think I'm gonna go back to doing ribs on my ceramic though.
Yeah.
Because it turned out better. It gave it a better feel to the meat. And I really do like the smoke ring. You know what I mean?
So I got the gravity fed charcoal joint outside.
Yeah.
And I really so what I appreciate about that is typically when we cook, what I hate is, all right, I got to smoke all this meat, chicken and ribs, at 225, 250 for the cold cook. But then Candace is notorious for saying, oh, hey, can you add these hamburgers?
Right.
Or, hey, can you cook these steaks? Now, boom, once the ribs are done, I can just jack the temp up to 600.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The fans kick on, it starts fueling the charcoal. Bam. Now I got a high heat grill and I don't have to do any extra work. Whereas with my traditional, from the old house, the traditional joint, I would have to take the grate off, add more charcoal, get it up to temp. Now I just turn the knob and it turns the fan on and pushes more air on the coal.
Right.
And we good to go.
Right. And see that's what it's all about, man.
It's convenient.
As long as it's coming out good and people happy.
That's it.
Do your thing, man.
That's it. Convenience, bro.
Yeah, man. Good. Well, last thing I wanted to bring up for the show was the itis. As y'all could probably tell, your boy tired, right? What about you, man? How you survive?
Yeah, so
Because
it
y'all
was.
did traveling. Y'all did
Yeah, we
travel,
traveled.
and that's a lot.
Yesterday was a hard day. Oh,
Okay.
really? The travel day was a hard day. We weren't supposed to get back until like 10 o'clock. No, we were supposed to get back, I think, at like 8:30 because
Uh-huh.
we were gonna take a late flight, thinking, hey, how much time are we gonna have to get off the boat? Yeah, so we didn't know. When we got off the boat, it was pretty quick. So we were like, all right, well, let's see if we can get standby on like an earlier flight. So, Candace walking around here with silver medallion status now. And so she got us on
Hey,
standby for like the 11 o'clock flight. So we were home by 1. And fam, I think Saturday, everybody was exhausted.
right.
Sunday, we did a couple of things around the house. Everybody went to bed on time. Today, Xavier, I was getting Avery in the bath, and I walked out of the bath with Avery and was like, bet, let's go get Xavier to put him in the bath and to tell him to get in the shower. He already sleep.
Yeah.
Zay was sleep 7:30.
Yeah.
So like I think everybody is tired, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. We took Coop to go to Disney Junior.
I saw that.
And your boy was like laser focused on like
No,
this
Remy was
this
all in
Coop. So
too.
Coop was like this. And Danielle was like, "Can you see?" Yes, yes, yes.
No,
And we were like,
I saw Remy, and she was like all in, super focused.
right. They were both like way into it. So I gave them props. And you know what? I wanted to call this out. Disney Junior Live, like it is so weird hyping up stuff that you're not really that hyped up about, right? Like you're like Dr. McStuffins. What? Oh no. Oh no, where did Spidey at? Go Webs, go. Go Webs. You know that. But seeing the kids happy, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's about, bro.
I also wanted to shout out Candace, right? Because I was watching this show and I'm pretty sure this girl was representing the Aviators Association, the Black
the Black
Aviators.
Cloud. Yeah. What was the show?
It was Are You the Mole on Netflix.
What?
One of the finalists on the character on that show, she's a commercial pilot, and she's black. She's a black girl. Her name is Joy. She's on that show. And I mean, the show is pretty fun. It's pretty interesting concept. It was an old show that they brought back, but I thought of Candace for that. So I wanted to shout that out too. Because I'm pretty sure she mentioned it at some point, but check it out. So yeah, that's what it was. OBAP, the group that brought us in before.
That's dope.
Right. So check it out. Check it out. It's I think the show is called Are You the Mole? And it's about contestants competing with each other, and someone is the mole is sabotaging them each week or
I
each
saw
episode.
something about that.
So they got to try and figure out who's the mole. And the girl that made it to the end, one of the girls that made it to the end, she's a pilot. And I think it actually said she was based in Atlanta too. So she's based out of ATL, I think. So check it out.
There we go.
It was pretty dope. So yeah, man. So I don't know. Your boy is tired though. Your boy is tired. If you can't tell,
hey,
I'm delirious. I'm delirious.
Hold on. Here we go. Let's get the hero villain joint popping.
I could do my hero villain real quick.
Do it.
Hero. Georgia early voting. I went to go early vote today. The line was wrapped around the gymnasium. Right?
All right.
And I loved every minute of it. I loved walking in because when I walked in, I was like, whoa, I don't know if I could do this, but this is impressive. I must be a part of this. And then I could see similar people having that same look like, whoa. But yes, please continue on. I had a nice conversation with a person that I'm pretty sure is supporting Trump, from their gear that they had on. But we had a great conversation just about early voting, getting your vote to count, and standing in line. So I mean, we found commonalities, people. That's what it's all about. Hero of the week, Georgia early voting. If you're able to vote, go out there, go vote. Do it now. Get out there, do your thing. Villain of the week. Who is my villain of the week? My villain of the week is senseless violence. I don't understand what's going on out here, but these murders, these kids getting shot on 17th Street over by Atlantic Station. There was a shootout like right on, I think that was Saturday night. That's kind of crazy. It's just out here, like, what is going on with these younger kids and all this drama out here? So the villain of the week, senseless violence. We got to move past it. That's my hero villain. What you got?
I think my hero of the week has to be the dude who snuck the rib in to the football game.
Wait, what? What is this?
You hadn't seen the story?
No.
So this dude gets caught on camera. The camera zooms in on this dude because it looks like he is lighting a blunt because they show him with the lighter doing this. And so when the camera zooms in on him, it ain't a blunt, it's a rib. And so my man snuck in a single rib and is reheating it with a lighter. Bro, I saw it. I was in tears. Flat out, I sent it to you. And this was at the HBCU class. One of the, I think it was the Celebration Bowl. Was that this weekend? Whatever one it was, my man is sitting in the stands, got the rib lit up, and I'm telling you, I am in tears. Flat out, Kenneth said top tier blackness. Like, I am crying at this dude who is heating up a rib with a lighter in the middle of a football game. I was crying.
I'm looking for it.
I was crying, man. It was hilarious. Yeah. So I don't think I have a villain, man. I see my cousin Beverly just joined the show. What's up, cousin Bev? My other hero, I think, has to be my family. I think, and if I remember correctly, I just got the email. Our family reunion is coming back.
Hey,
yes, I think it's supposed to be this upcoming July. So family reunions are big in my family. When
is it?
July, typically July 4th week.
Oh, I'm showing up.
Yeah, it's in hold on, it might be. Where's the family reunion?
I'm showing up. Don't say it's in South Carolina.
No, hold on. I don't already got the registration page for it. Let me see. It's in Greensboro.
It's in Greensboro?
Yep.
I'm going. I'm gonna show up.
No, like real talk. My family, like my family, can't say like it be so many people out there. Right. Last weekend in June, like my family gonna welcome you with open arms. Like it's so that's one of the things I think. When we look at how my family does family reunion, man, it's amazing to see so many generations and people come from all over the country to be a part of it. So the way they do it is this, like you see it's in Greensboro, North Carolina, and then in 2 years it'll be back in Rock Hill, South Carolina, where the core of the family has always resided. And then 2 years later, it'll rotate to a different host city, and then it'll rotate back to Rock Hill, South Carolina. So, like it's so dope. Like I love my family reunion. It's always hundreds of people, So you're more than welcome to bring Coop and Rem Dollar, Danielle. Y'all come on and hang out with the family.
We gonna make this work. Trust me.
We'll do a show from the family reunion.
We'll show up. We'll get some good food and hang out and get to meet family.
Oh,
bring them on to the show.
Somebody gonna figure out that we related.
Right. Somebody gonna be like, "Oh, you Deborah's son."
Hey, no, because so we got a huge contingent of our family from Philly.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like we
telling you.
did our. Actually, Candace has a huge contingent of her family from Philly too. But no, we got a huge contingent of family from Philly. So I'm
We
telling
have a
you,
we
we
have a
probably related.
huge we have a huge a bunch, like a crazy amount of family that lives in Goldsboro, North Carolina.
I'm
So
telling
we used to go down there all the time.
you, Karen, we
So
probably related.
I'm telling you, somehow we're gonna find this out. So I'm down.
Watch, cousin Beverly gonna say, "Yeah, we got family in that part of town."
Yeah,
Like, so anyway, so those are my heroes. It's good to see the family reunion stuff coming back,
that's what's up.
and the other one got to be the dude lighting a rib up in the middle of a stadium. So you
I
can eat
love it. I love it.
So,
I love it.
yeah, bro.
It gets no
By
better.
the way, I looked it up. Disney Cruise is having Marvel Day at Sea.
What is that?
Where they so we had Pirate Day, where
Uh-huh.
all the kids dress up as pirates, and then
Ah,
all the characters dress up as pirates.
yeah.
And so Disney, because it's Disney, has Marvel Day at Sea,
Hmm.
where they will have Marvel characters there on
Oh, don't
the
say
ship.
that. Cooper go crazy.
And then more than likely, I'm willing to bet they also have the main core characters, Spider, Mickey and all the rest of them
Hey,
dress up as Avengers as well.
now what I will say is my plan, if you've been following the show, then you know my plan for Cooper was to convince Cooper that Black Panther was the main hero of the MCU, right? I was gonna do this like very intricate storytelling that was like, it's all about Black Panther. It's really not about Captain America and Iron Man. Those are precursors, whatever. It's really about Black Panther. Somehow this worked and it did not work at the same time. So my son does not believe that Iron Man and Captain America run the MCU. That is not his reference point, right? My son's reference point is that Spin or Miles Morales is the main hero of the whole MCU. Is it like, I
No
don't
problem with that.
understand. He's like, where is Spin at? Like he's like,
Don't see
I
no
mean,
problem with that.
I understand Spidey's here. Where is Spin? I need to see Spin. He dresses up as him. He walks around. He shoots webs at people. He
Mhm.
even has. You got to see Cooper's jacket. He's got the Spider-Man Miles Morales from into the Spider-Verse. He's got the jacket. He's got the whole outfit. My son thinks Miles Morales runs the MCU. I don't have a problem with that. I think
He's not wrong.
he's pretty good. Now I just have to convince Remy that Shuri and Riri, that those are goals. I'll be working on that next. So
Man.
yeah.
So, hey, bro,
Hey, we made it.
we made it.
We
Yeah.
survived.
You got any
Congratulations.
work to do tonight, or you done?
I'm gonna be working on this sleep.
I got to schedule a couple social posts for. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Tomorrow, to the folks of you who are still watching, tomorrow is Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
Find a nonprofit that you support. This starts a season of giving for most nonprofits. Over 30% of annual funds for nonprofits come in these 2 months. Literally in the 4 weeks that we're about to have between now and the end of the year, 30% of nonprofits' annual revenue comes in.
Hey.
So tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. Be vocal about your support of a nonprofit. Pick one. It don't matter the one, as long as it's not the Salvation Army or the Red Cross. I'm not kidding, but I am. If those are your nonprofits, support them. But in all honesty, find a nonprofit that you support and give. Right.
Hey, I know you won't mention it here, but Steam Truck is an awesome endeavor to support. Hey, that sneaker project that y'all got going on is one of the dopest projects that I've seen with kids. Seeing them break apart the sneakers and then like what they're all looking at and how
Yeah.
sneakers are made and doing all that. Amazing work. If there's an organization out there, Jeff won't say it. I will say it for him. Shameless plug. Put your money in the Steam truck. I'm just saying. You're looking for a good bet.
Yeah, no, it's a dope org, man. Like what the kids are doing right now is they're designing a shoe for a member of a differently abled community, right? So that was their project. Started with deconstructing a sneaker and then moving along, learning about the different parts of your foot, different parts of a sneaker. The end goal will be to design and prototype a sneaker that's for someone differently able. So,
Hey,
they pick the client. So it could be somebody with Parkinson's, somebody that's blind, right? Like really thinking through, giving them a real world problem to solve.
that's what's up.
Giving kids a real world problem.
If you're looking for an organization to put your money down with, trust me, Jeff, if you got a posting or something I could share,
I'll send it to you.
I'll be sharing it.
So that's all I got, man.
That's what's up.
Tomorrow. Find an org to give to tomorrow.
Give. Giving Tuesday. Holla at you.
All right, hey, I'm Jeff.
I'm Carrie. Peace out, y'all.
Drunk Monday.